You think you've got time, you don't. Every second you waste, scrolling, sleeping in, running from hard work is stacking up into a lifetime of regret. And regret, that's the tax losers pay for avoiding discipline. The truth is simple. Either you suffer now, wake up early, hit the gym, build the business, shut your mouth and grind, or you suffer later alone, broke, tired, ashamed, wishing you started when you had the chance. You don't need motivation. Motivation is a lie you feed yourself to feel better about staying weak. What you need is discipline. Ruthless, daily, unrelenting discipline. Because if you don't control your habits will control your future. And let me tell you something, regret hits harder than any workout, any sacrifice, any temporary pain. So what's it going to be? Pain now, or pain forever? Absolutely. Here is an extended version of Keynote 1. Start with a jarring truth. Regret is a slow, permanent burn. Discipline is immediate pain with long-term payoff, written in a natural, human tone and modeled on Andrew Tate's sharp, confrontational delivery. You ever sit alone at night, no distractions, no noise, just silence, and suddenly it hits you, that empty, heavy feeling in your chest. That's regret. Not anxiety, not stress, regret. And it's a far worse enemy than any pain you're avoiding right now. Because regret doesn't go away, it doesn't fade, it settles deep, it becomes a part of you, you live with it, you carry it, and every time you see someone doing what you could have done, every time you see someone winning where you should have been, it claws at you. Slowly, silently, permanently. See, people think pain is lifting weights until your arms shake. Pain is saying no to a party. Pain is waking up before the sun. No, that's discipline, and discipline, that pain is short. It's sharp, it's clean, you feel it, you fight it, and you come out on the other side stronger. But regret is slow torture. You feel it 10 years later, sitting in the same apartment, driving the same car, working the same job, still talking about the same dreams you never chased. That's not pain, that's decay. That's your soul rotting from the inside out because you chose comfort over discomfort. You chose the couch over the grind. You chose excuses over execution. Here's the truth no one wants to tell you. Every single person will suffer. There is no escape. You suffer when you do the hard thing now, or you suffer later when you pay the price for avoiding it. There's no middle ground. It's just a matter of when, and what it costs you. You think discipline is hard. Try explaining to your future self why you stayed weak. Try explaining to your family why you never became the man you were supposed to be. Try facing a mirror when you're 40 and realizing you wasted your 20s chasing dopamine and avoiding discomfort. That's pain, that's suffering, and it's self-inflicted. You want to know the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners choose their pain. They choose to be uncomfortable now. They choose to grind, to sweat, to bleed, to lose sleep, to sacrifice, because they understand what's waiting for them if they don't. Everyone else, they wait, they hesitate, they make excuses, they look for motivation. And the clock keeps ticking, the years roll by, then suddenly it's too late. And now they're living with consequences they can't undo. Let me make it clear, discipline is not punishment, it's protection. Discipline is the armor that guards you from mediocrity, from failure, from becoming average, because the world doesn't owe you a second chance. You think time forgives. It doesn't. Every opportunity you ignore, every day you slack off, every decision you delay, there's someone else out there who didn't, and he's taking what could have been yours. That life, that money, that body, that respect. You gave it away because you wanted comfort now instead of greatness later. And don't come at me saying, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is just today in disguise. If you won't do it now, you won't do it later. Period. Stop lying to yourself. If it mattered to you, you'd already be doing it. You wouldn't be talking about it. You wouldn't be dreaming about it. You'd be in the gym. You'd be on the grind. You'd be building, working, fighting. But you're not. You're sitting, thinking, delaying, while regret sits quietly in the corner, waiting to pounce. And when it does, it'll be too late. That's why you need to burn this into your brain. Discipline is hard, but regret is unbearable. One is pain that builds you. The other is pain that breaks you. One sharpens your mind, strengthens your body, hardens your spirit. The other dissolves you over time. like rust eating away at iron. You can sweat for a few years or cry for a lifetime. You can suffer now and walk with power later, or run from suffering and crawl through the rest of your life knowing you quit on yourself. So choose wisely, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, when you speak, speak with authority. No hesitation, no softness, no disclaimers, because the second you open your mouth with doubt, the world smells weakness. And the world, it doesn't hand anything to the unsure. It rewards the one who knows, not the one who hopes, not the one who asks, the one who decides, and that decision starts with how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you move, like it's already done. Like you don't need permission, like you don't care who's watching or who's offended. People today walk around tiptoeing through life, desperate not to offend anyone, terrified of judgment, hiding behind polite lies and fragile egos. Let me tell you something, if you want to win in life, real winning, you better get comfortable being disliked. You better stop softening your message to make losers feel better. You better stop diluting your fire just to make the weak feel warm. Because the people who win, the ones who conquer, they speak like lions. They walk into a room and own it without saying a word. And when they do speak, every syllable carries weight. You ever wonder why some men can say the exact same thing as you and people listen? They obey, they believe. But when you say it, it goes nowhere. It's not the words, it's not the message, it's the tone. It's the delivery, it's the certainty behind the message. If you sound like you're still trying to convince yourself, no one else will buy in. If you show up asking for respect instead of commanding it, you'll never get it. Not from the world, not from your peers, not even from yourself. Let's be clear, people follow power, that's it. Not kindness, not potential, not even intelligence. They follow conviction. The guy who knows what he's doing, even if he's wrong, will always outperform the genius who second, guesses himself into paralysis. The man who walks into every situation believing, I've already won, will bend reality around him. And you think that starts with action? No, that starts with voice, with tone, with presence. You have to project belief even before the world gives you a reason to believe. That's the game. You're not going to lead if you talk like a follower. You're not going to build a legacy whispering through life. You're not going to conquer if you apologize for every step you take forward. Winners move like hurricanes. They don't ask for permission. They don't wait for signs. They move and the world adapts. Their words don't suggest. They declare. You hear them speak and you feel it in your bones that they are serious, unshakable. That's what power sounds like. That's what certainty feels like. That's what you need to build if you want anything worth having. You think people are going to hand you power. You think they're going to just step aside because you had a good idea or a clean heart. No, they're going to test you. They're going to push back. They're going to doubt you, mock you, laugh at you, especially when you start speaking differently, acting differently, rising above average. And if you flinch, you're finished. If you hesitate, you just confirmed what they suspected. You weren't serious, you were faking it. But when you talk like you mean it, when every word comes out of your mouth like it was carved in stone, people shut up. People stop and listen, and most importantly, you start listening to yourself, because that tone you speak with, that aggressive certainty, it echoes back into your own mind. It reinforces the belief that you're the one in control. That you're the one steering this ship, that no matter how chaotic the world gets, you've got the wheel, because you said so, and because you said it like you meant it. So here's the truth. If you can't speak with power, you'll never live with power. If you sound like you're still asking the world for permission to be great, you'll never get there. This life doesn't belong to the polite. It doesn't belong to the careful. It doesn't belong to the uncertain. It belongs to those who speak like kings, walk like warriors, and act like it's already theirs, because deep down they know it is. Look around. You think you've got time. That's the biggest lie you've ever swallowed. You think life's just sitting there, patiently waiting for you to figure it out, to get motivated, to feel ready. No, life is happening right now, and it's not going to slow down for you. Not for your excuses, not for your emotions, not for your fear. While you're stalling, someone else is sprinting. While you're thinking about starting, someone else already started, and they're 10 steps ahead. Every second you waste pretending tomorrow is going to save you, the clock is chewing up your potential. Time is the most ruthless enemy you've got. It doesn't yell, it doesn't argue, it just takes, quietly, mercilessly. It steals your youth, your energy, your drive, and if you don't act now, it will rob you blind. The brutal truth, there are no later moments. That imaginary perfect time you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. It never comes. You either move now, or you sit in the same spot 5 years from now, wondering how you let it all slip through your fingers. You don't need more planning. You don't need another YouTube video. You don't need some motivational spark to magically land in your chest. You need to stop waiting. People say, "I'm not ready." Guess what? No one is. Readiness is a scam. Winners aren't ready, they're ruthless. They jump in. They adapt on the move. You'll never be fully prepared, but that's not the point. The point is to act, to start. To build speed, because speed kills doubt. Speed crushes hesitation. Speed separates the men from the boys. And this urgency, it's not just about success. It's about survival, because life will knock you out if you're slow. You think your dreams will wait for you while you sleep in, while you party, while you scroll your life away. They won't. Dreams are reserved for the aggressive, for the ones who treat every single day like it's a war. Like there's no backup plan, like their life depends on what they do today because it does. The people who win, they don't wake up hoping to feel inspired. They wake up with fire, with pressure. They wake up like the clock's about to hit zero because they know, deep down, it is. They don't say, "I've got time." They say, "I'm behind." And that's the mentality that creates champions. Not comfort, not calm, not balance, urgency. Do you want to know why you're stuck? Why you keep spinning your wheels, talking about potential, but never living it? Because you're treating life like it's guaranteed. You're walking through it like you're owed time, like there's some cosmic bank account full of someday, you'll cash in when you feel like it. It's delusional. Every day you waste is a day you never get back. Every day you delay is a punch in the face to your future self. He's out there waiting, hungry, ready, and you're here wasting air, wasting hours, wasting life. The world owes you nothing. You either take what's yours now, or you die wondering what it would have felt like. There is no safety net. There's just now and not now. That's it. Either you do what needs to be done today, or you create one more brick in the wall that's going to trap you forever. One more excuse, one more reason you didn't win, one more chance you'll never get back. You have to start acting like there's a fire under you, like you're behind, like you've got 24 hours to build the life you said you wanted. Because in reality, you don't even know if you've got 24. That's how real it is. You're not promised the weekend. You're not promised the next hour. You could waste this moment reading this, nodding your head, feeling the fire, and then go right back to being lazy. That's what most people do, but not you, not if you mean it. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending time will wait, it won't. You have to create urgency, or you will drown in your own delay. Comfort. It's the killer of potential. It's the quiet, soft enemy that sits in the back of your mind, whispering, "You can relax today. You deserve it. Just take it easy." It's that feeling you get when you're lying on the couch, flipping through channels, wasting hours of your life you'll never get back. Comfort wants you to stay exactly where you are. It doesn't want you to grow. It doesn't want you to challenge yourself. Comfort wants you mediocre. Comfort wants you average. And if you listen to it, if you obey it, it will drag you into a grave of regret so deep you'll never escape. Laziness, it's the handmaiden of comfort. It's the excuse generator. It's the reason you tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," knowing damn well you won't. It's the little voice inside that convinces you that the pain of work, of sweat, of pushing yourself isn't worth the payoff. It's a liar, and let me tell you something right now. If you're comfortable, if you're lazy, you are already losing. You are already setting yourself up for failure. The real truth: nothing great ever came from comfort. Not a world champion, not a billionaire, not someone who changed the world. Comfort is for the weak. Comfort is for people who think they've got time, who think they can afford to coast, who think their future will somehow take care of itself. It won't. The future belongs to the hungry, the ones who wake up ready to fight, the ones who refuse to give in to the lie of enough. And when you give in to comfort, you start dying, slowly, piece by piece. You ever wake up in the morning and feel that tug to stay in bed a little longer, to press snooze one more time, telling yourself it's okay, you've got time? That's the moment, right there. That's the moment you either win or lose. You give in and you start losing. You get up, you fight the urge, and you crush that first obstacle of the day. And suddenly the world gets a lot easier. You win, not just over the day, but over yourself. Over that lazy part of your brain that wants to take the path of least resistance. You break the cycle of comfort before it has a chance to take root. Understand this: every time you choose comfort, you delay your success. You're putting off what you could be now, what you could accomplish now, just for the illusion of peace. But that peace doesn't last. It's a lie, a fleeting moment. You think that extra hour of sleep will make you feel better. It won't. That nap you took, the TV binge, the phone scroll, it might make you feel comfortable, but all it's doing is feeding your weaknesses. It's chaining you to mediocrity. It's building your cage. The truth is, life rewards discomfort. Every single moment of suffering you endure now is paying dividends later. Every time you push yourself when you'd rather quit, every hour spent learning, working, fighting, grinding, it adds up. The more discomfort you endure, the more you push past those lazy thoughts, the more strength, power, and success you build. You can't get strong in the gym by lifting light weights. You can't build wealth by avoiding risks. You can't dominate life by waiting for things to happen to you. You create it by grinding, by getting uncomfortable, by working when others are resting, because it's in those moments of discomfort that you forge greatness. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, but that's the lie of lazy people. That's the trap. Tomorrow never comes. The man who chooses to suffer today, to do the hard things today, builds the future he wants. The man who chooses comfort now builds a future he'll regret. And let me tell you, regret is a hell of a thing. It's worse than any temporary discomfort. Regret lasts forever. Discomfort lasts minutes. You think you can afford to waste time. You can't. There's no time to wait for the right moment. There's no time to rest until you've earned it. You've got to attack comfort like it's the enemy it is. You've got to destroy laziness in every form, every time it pops up. You've got to look at the excuse, stare it down, and say, no, not today. I've got work to do. You've got to get up when your body wants to quit. Push harder when it's easier to rest. Keep going when the world is telling you to slow down. Comfort is the enemy. Destroy it before it destroys you. Discipline isn't some optional little tool you can pick up when you feel like it. It's not something you can just decide to start tomorrow. Discipline is power. It's the most important weapon in your arsenal. It's the difference between success and failure, between who you are today and who you could be tomorrow. And if you don't have it, if you don't build it, you're already weak. It doesn't matter how much potential you think you have. It doesn't matter how many ideas you've got in your head. If you don't have discipline, you're nothing more than a dreamer. And dreamers get passed by. They get trampled by the people who show up and do. You think the most successful people in the world were just lucky. They were disciplined, every one of them. The billionaires, the athletes, the world changers. They did not get there by waiting for motivation to strike. They didn't wait for someone to cheer them on or for some sign from the universe. They got up every single day and did the work. They did it when they didn't feel like it. They did it when it was hard. They did it when everyone else was partying, chilling, or making excuses. And they made it because they built a habit, a relentless, unbreakable routine of discipline. They built it day by day, decision by decision, choice by choice. Discipline is everything. It's the muscle that will carry you to victory. It's what gets you up at 5 a.m. when everyone else is still sleeping. It's what makes you show up at the gym when your body aches, when your mind says, "Not today," and you tell it, "Shut up, we're going." It's the reason you hit the grind even when you're mentally exhausted, physically drained, emotionally spent. It's the reason you push harder, longer, faster, when your competition is slowing down. They're looking for shortcuts. You're building a fortress. The lazy man wants it easy. He wants to wait for the perfect moment. He wants everything to come to him without breaking a sweat. And he'll keep wanting, wishing, hoping until his dreams are so far out of reach they might as well be on Mars. The disciplined man, he knows that nothing worth having comes without sacrifice. He knows he has to earn it. No one is going to hand him anything. He's willing to do what others won't. He's willing to sacrifice comfort now so he can dominate later. That's what discipline gives you, the ability to control your own future, the ability to dictate where you go, how far you go, and when you get there. And make no mistake, discipline is not a nice-to-have trait. It's not a little bit of extra effort here and there. It's the foundation of everything. Winners understand this. They know that a lack of discipline isn't a flaw. It's a death sentence. It's a guarantee of mediocrity. You can be the smartest, most talented person on the planet, but if you don't have discipline, you'll never amount to anything. It's that simple. You'll sit back, waiting for things to happen, while the disciplined ones take over. They're too busy working. They're too busy building. They're too busy winning. You want to be successful. You want to stand out in a world full of distractions and excuses. Build discipline, because the moment you have discipline, you own your time. You control your actions. You take responsibility for your choices, your progress, your future. And when you own those things, when you have control over your decisions, you create power, real power. The kind that attracts success, the kind that makes people respect you, the kind that lets you walk into any room and own it. Discipline isn't for the weak, it's for the strong, it's for the winners. If you want to be one of them, you have to make discipline your lifestyle. You have to make it non-negotiable, and if you can do that, if you can build a life of unbreakable discipline, there is no limit to what you can achieve. No limit to how far you can go. You'll be unstoppable, because, make no mistake, the world doesn't respect potential. It doesn't care how much you can dream or how hard you can talk. The world respects action. It respects the man who shows up day after day, putting in the work, regardless of how he feels. It respects the man who doesn't need motivation, because he's already disciplined enough to do what needs to be done. And when you have discipline, when you've mastered it, you have something no one can take from you. You have a weapon that will propel you to the top. So stop waiting. Stop hoping for things to get easier. Stop making excuses. Get disciplined and start building your empire.